It's everyone's favorite Dick Meyers. You're watching Drinkinatmos.
This is Drinkin at Demos, where we talk about the pros of pro wrestling in the Midwest while sipping on some brews with blessed beers and wrestling. That's my scene. Death matches and lucha libre, it's all so mean. I'm a straight up smart goofball, not no kiss ass. I stand tall when it comes to wrestling. I'm the king. I know every move, every fling. Get ready for a wild time with Drinkin at Mo's, where we don't quit. Drinkin at Mo's, that's where it's at, like a power bomb. We hit hard, never flat. Fucking right, we're living the dream. Talking about wrestling, always a scream.
You know, I've always said here at Drinkinatmos, just because it says drinking at Mo's does not mean it has to be alcoholic. So I'm happy to say Drinkin at Mo's is sponsored by Prince Nana Coffee. The exact same guy you see every week on Dynamite, on Collision. Yes, he has his own coffee, and it's freaking delicious. They don't even roast those beans until you've placed your order. And you might be telling me, hey, Big Mo, I'm more of a tea guy. They got you covered there too. Use the referral link in the description of this video. And let's get you dancing like Prince Nana with Prince Nana Coffee. All right, everybody, welcome Drinkin at Mo's. Big Mo here. You know the drill. YouTube, like, subscribe, share, comment, all that good shit. Because YouTube's algorithm is a pain in my ass. We are most places to find audio podcast too. Today, I'm excited to have with me Dick Meyers. How you doing?
Couldn't be better. Living the dream every day.
Oh yeah, yeah. You know, I've been excited about this one because you know I frequent the Revolver Iowa stops as much as possible because it's literally like 2 hours from me. So I've been
9 hours from me.
I've been and watched you a bunch. I would actually, and we'll talk about these two matches in particular because I was actually at both of them. The Frat House Rules match, that was fun. And then the I believe it was that season finale. Season finale, the no rope barbed wire. That was nuts.
Yeah,
that was nuts.
Yeah.
But
I don't really like that one.
First thing I like to lead off with everybody when they first come on the show. What got you started as a fan, and then what got you deciding to make that leap into the business?
Real simple. I was just flipping the channels with my buddy Aaron. We came across the Sci-Fi channel. This was around the time that Big Show and Mark Henry were beefing. And I just remember that Big Show had come back from like a broken ankle or something from like a steel chair from Mark Henry. And I didn't know who either of the guys were, but my boy Aaron told me. He kind of caught me up with Big Show and Mark Henry.
Okay.
And so, like, 30 seconds after not knowing what it was, I was up my like TV screen yelling, "Let's go, Big Show!" And then Teddy Long came out, set up the match. I think he still ended up hitting like Mark Henry. He was gonna like snap Mark Henry's ankle with the chair, kind of like how Mark did him. And then Teddy Long came out, set up the match. I was like, "Damn, man!" And then he still ended up hitting him with the chair, but it was just that night because I'm like, I didn't know at all who those guys were, but they got me fired up as like a 8-year-old. Me and my boy Aaron.
Oh, I can imagine. I know a little bit before that, but growing up watching guys like the Legion of Doom with the spiked shoulder pads and just watching those guys just knock people's heads off. But then, I mean, I'm a little kid and I'm watching guys with spiked shoulder pads and I'm like, dude.
Yeah, that was my dad's era. Yeah, he's big Legion of Doom fans. I think he likes Demolition more though, which I think like Demolition was kind of like knockoff Legion of Doom, but
that's the crowd I was in thinking that.
Yeah.
But then getting into the business, was there a specific point, or did you just decide, you know what, I want to do this?
Yeah, well, like so, like I'd probably say like third grade. I talked my dad into. Well, me and my dad watched the Hardy Boys documentary,
Mm.
and during the documentary, Jeff was describing how they had a trampoline in their backyard, and that they went to like Home Depot, got some garden hoses, some like wooden posts, made
Oh,
made like a
for the
ring.
ring ropes and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and I watched it on my dad. After it ends, like my dad looks at me, he's like, "You want to go to Home Depot and get the stuff?" I'm like, "Yeah." And so my dad made me like a wrestling ring in our backyard, and me and my buddies would always go back there and like put on our own shows and stuff for my family. And
Nice.
yeah, I always knew I wanted to like be in the business one day. I just didn't know how.
Yeah. No, there's. It seems. Oops, oh, we're getting a little spotty here. Oops, I'm gonna pause. All right, technical difficulties, but we are back. But yeah, no, I can understand. I never got as far as going to the hardware store and buying the wood for the posts and the hose for the ring ropes. But we definitely had a trampoline in the backyard, and you know, I, being the big stone cold guy that I was and still am, really, would be doing the stunners, and we had a little thing, a play set in the backyard that we'd have right by the trampoline that we'd just be diving off of that onto the trampoline and stuff.
Yeah,
I
all the props.
Oh yeah. And then it's funny because I've heard a few people talk about getting their start kind of like that.
Yeah, yeah, because there's like backyard wrestling where maybe they'll maybe not trampoline, but maybe they got rain in the backyard, or maybe it is a trampoline. There's definitely some of that like near where I'm at. I
Oh,
didn't get my start like that though.
but how did you end up getting your start like in the ring for places much like Revolver?
Yeah,
Like
when
getting trained for that.
I was a sophomore in high school. I think I was either a junior or sophomore. I was 16, and I had done some research. I found a training school near me in Dayton, Ohio. And I basically talked my mom into letting me quit football and wrestling and volleyball at high school to just train pro wrestling for my remainder of my high school career. And she let me do that. And so I started training when I was in high school. And I don't think I had my first. I trained a while before I had my first match because um, right before like I was kind of gonna get to that point where I was gonna have matches, COVID came around.
Oh yeah. That
Yeah. Yeah, and so that kind of like put things on hold for like a year and a half.
yeah.
But then Sammy Callahan
Mm,
just so happens to open up Pile Driver Wrestling Academy in the Dayton area, and
yeah.
I live in the Dayton area, so that was my next school, and I started going there, and I started helping at the Revolver shows, like working security and setting up, tearing down, and you pay your dues, and eventually Sammy puts you on. So I get,
Yep.
yeah, I debuted with some of my old friends of Alpha Sigma Sigma.
Oh, yep, yep.
Yeah, we made the most of it. Um, and yeah, we've been on ever since.
Oh yeah, man. I always found it okay, and maybe this was part of it with Alpha Sigma Sigma, but I always got a laugh. I mean, out of the initials, it literally spells
Yeah.
ass.
Oh yeah,
I was like, dude,
ass.
that is hilarious.
That was the original motto was Sigma Sigma. We get it because the abbreviation was ass. We get it. We get ass. That's what we were trying to say.
I love it. I love it. And man, you guys like went from like for a while were like, oh, especially at the Iowa shows, the crowd just hated you guys. Like, man, like talk about getting heat with the crowd.
All we had to do was rip on Caitlin Clark.
Th- that yeah, and man, you guys got it done. And then there was, getting into a bit of a face turn where they're at now, and then you end up turning on them.
Yeah, yeah, I did. I
How did
felt
how
like
did
it.
how did that come about? Like, because okay, for those that have been and watched Revolver as much as I have, or as much as anybody else in the crowd, they were kind of using you as a bit of a whipping boy.
Oh yeah, yeah, no, for sure. And I think that part played into part why I did what I did. I just thought it was time. I mean, you can only get so far being like a third wheel in professional wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
I never really wanted to be in a team, anyways. I was always kind of more like a solo show. So I was just waiting for that opportunity, and I thought that was a good opportunity to do it, especially when I had Killer Kelly on my side and Cologne and Rickey and Steve.
Yeah.
I had
Yeah.
like a great group of mentors and a great manager, and it
Oh
worked
yeah.
out. I mean, we won the tag titles after that.
Mm-hmm.
We
Yep.
had a nice little run there.
Yeah, you
Uh,
definitely had a nice little run there with the tag titles going, and I mean, you had a great group there with Cologne, Ricky Shane Page, two past guests of mine. I've had them both on, so yeah, those
they're
were
awesome.
both. Oh yeah, no, great people. And then I mean, Killer Kelly, that speaks for herself. And then
Yeah.
Maclin, I'm loving the stuff that he's doing with TNA right now, become the first ever like international champ. Hey, congratulations! Shout out to Maclin.
Yeah, shout out to Maclin.
Oh,
Macklin's the man.
oh, dude, love that guy. Even though, I mean, okay, a Marine liking to give a Navy veteran shit, but I mean that's the Navy Marine vet mentality. There, we're always, we'll give each other shit, but when it comes down to it, it's like if you're not a part of that, then it's like, and somebody else tries to come in and give you shit, it's like, no,
Yeah,
we got their back.
yeah. It's kind of like a relationship between a younger and older brother.
Definitely.
The older brother can pick on the younger brother, but no one else can.
Exactly. That is exactly how it is.
Yeah.
And then, so, okay, we talked, I talked that I was going to be talking a little bit about a couple of my favorite matches that you've been involved in that I've been actually able to see in person because, I mean, like I said, I frequent the Iowa stops and both of these happen there. Frat House Rules, I want to bring up that one first because just the concept and the drinking involved in the match, I'm like, dude, I want to be in that match.
Dude, I was wasted.
Yeah, after a while, yeah, I can see how somebody would get pretty damn wasted in that.
I just remember the beer was like warm.
Oh,
Yeah, it was like lukewarm. Because I think the first thing we did, like when the match started, was everyone had a shotgun of beer.
yes, I
Yeah, and
remember that.
I remember. I don't remember how it went. It was like shotgun of beer, maybe like some dizzy bat spins.
I think I remember something like that being involved at some point.
Yeah. Either way, I just remember like shotgunning that first beer and like just feeling like the warm foam go down my throat, and I'm just like,
Uh,
I'm like, if I move too much, I'm gonna throw up.
yeah, yeah. And I mean, I guess after a certain point, I mean, I'm drinking one right now, but after a certain point, when you've drank so much, it's kind of like, all right, just hand it to me.
Yeah, it becomes water past a certain point. You're right. It's just getting
Oh,
past that first speed bump.
oh yeah, that first little bit because okay, Navy veterans were, especially when we're active duty, we're known for drinking. I mean, it's in the fight song, "Drink to the Foam," and man, do I have uh, I've got my fair share of Navy drinking stories.
Oh, I bet.
Oh God, including going out on the town and then coming back to the ship just in time to change into my uniform and get to work. Not even going home. Um, then, yeah, being in Bahrain in the Middle East on base and going pitcher for pitcher with British Navy.
Who do you say is better, British or Americans at drinking? Navy,
Oh God, those Brits.
Brits.
Oh God, as much as I was keeping up with them. God, yeah,
Yeah,
I would. Okay, I don't know if they still do this, but at the time, and I mean, we're going on a little tangent here, but hey, that happens.
yeah.
But at the time, at when I was on deployment, they were doing where like they would breathalyze you when you came back from a foreign port, and yeah, that night I definitely wouldn't have passed, but I had some good buddies with me there that night. They literally, we were at the back of the line, so they just said, "Dude, just go. We will sign you in. Just go." And I'm like,
Just
"Oh,
real friends.
oh yeah, no, real good dudes right there." Because yeah, no, I would have failed that damn thing. Like, oh,
At least you're honest.
oh, yeah. Anyways, yeah. Oh God, I could go on and on because I got even more. But now, I I find it funny because I hear a lot of people talking about steel cage matches and all they've seen so more. I've seen one. I've seen more no rope barbed wire matches than I have steel cage matches. Yours at season finale being one of them.
Yeah, that match was like, I don't know. I don't ever want to really do anything with barbed wire ever again.
Yeah,
I'm not a death match. I'm not like a death match or weapons. Like I'm not that type of wrestler. I just got thrown into the fire.
I mean, yeah, when you're in there with a
Yeah,
group with guys like Alex Colon and Ricky Shane Page, I mean, you're
yeah.
gonna end up.
No,
Nothing against
you're
those two
absolutely right.
guys. Nothing against those two guys, but when you're in there with them,
Yeah,
some
it's gonna
deathmatch.
wear off on you.
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely going to. But man, I can see how after a match like that went, wouldn't really want to be messing around with barbed wire too damn much after that.
Yeah, I just remember the first encounter with the barbed wire ropes was me and Cologne whipping Casey and Brent into the ropes, and the ropes just snapped right there.
You know what? I remember another one where I think it was. I'm one to say it was you and Cologne, where like you both, or maybe it was that match, that moment where like got sent into the ropes towards the side of the entrance,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then all of a sudden it's like the connecting sides to the post, like it all just snapped and
Yeah,
just
dude. Like literally the first thing into the ropes snapped. The ropes were like done for.
yeah,
At least on that side, because you only had barbed wire on two sides. The
yeah,
entrance side and then like the side that faced like the like out towards concessions and stuff.
yeah.
And yeah, we snapped the barbed wire ropes like when we first whipped them into them. So that side was done. And then I
That's
think later on, like 2 minutes later, KC gave like a head scissors or something to Cologne into the other side where the ropes were, and then those ropes broke.
Yeah.
Our barbed wire broke. So
Yep.
yeah, it was like first 2 minutes, barbed wire was already done.
All gone. I
Yeah,
mean,
barbed wire rope no more. It was
no,
just no ropes at that point.
no ropes at that point. I mean, you did have the scaffold on the other side, which
I wish we didn't. It
yeah,
backfired.
go yeah towards the end there, yeah, a little bit. But then man, that was I loved it. I love that style because I gravitate towards intense personas. Like
Yeah.
much like I guess that's why I'm a fan of guys like Alex Colon, Ricky Shane Page. I actually have signed ring worn kick pads of Alex Colon's back here that I'm just waiting to get displayed back here.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
no, those guys are intense, and those guys go hard, and yeah, I had to match it that night.
Oh yeah. Although maybe this speaks towards the not being a deathmatch guy originally, or well, really,
Yeah.
you don't really consider at all. But I remember you coming out and like, you see guys coming out in short sleeves, maybe tank tops sort of thing, but you it's like full on sleeve up and like, nope,
Yeah.
I'm
Oh yeah, no, that night. Oh yeah. I actually it was the show before that. It was in Dayton. I think it was Bad Taste was the I forget the name of the show, but me and Cologne, Cologne and Ricky took on Casey, Joe Dredge, and
the beer garden
yeah,
death match.
Kira. Yeah, in the beer garden death match. And that day I came out to the ring wrapped up in bubble wrap.
I remember that. Oh
But then
man.
it backfired because I couldn't really move that well. So then they took advantage of me.
Oh man. Yeah. Two other past guests on on the show in that match, Akira and Joe Dredd.
Yeah, yeah, they yeah, we went to war that night. Hopefully
Yep.
never again. At least that type of match.
Yeah, yeah, no, those two guys in that type of a match, yeah, that's probably a once in a lifetime thing for a lot of people because I mean,
Yeah.
good lord, Akira doing big things over in Japan right now, winning
Yeah, I see
the
that.
death match title for Big Japan, and then I mean, Judge Joe Dredd, his name speaks for itself.
I had no idea what I was getting myself into. I remember like a point in the match where he was like just like sticking a broken piece of like glass like from a bottle into my mouth. He's just like sticking it in there. I was terrified.
He, I would be too.
If you,
I
if
mean,
you look at my face during that match, you can just tell my face. I was not enjoying myself out there.
so I can imagine. I know when I had Joe Dredd on the show, I learned pretty quick to uh, not to give him an opening to put a little jab in there. It's just like
Yeah.
he's gonna take it.
Oh yeah, he'll take it for sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but hey, it was a fun show. Now, okay, maybe you can give me a little insight in here because for those that keep up with Revolver, Red has gone through a little bit of a situation. We'll just put it that way. With
Yeah, absolutely.
Killer Kelly kind of turned on you guys.
Yeah, yeah. She did to me what I did to Brent.
Yeah,
Karma, some might say.
it could, yeah, maybe a little bit. So, what is the future looking like for Red? Because I know Maclin and yourself, and I mean, even Alex Cologne and Ricky Shane Page shows up as much as he can, but you, Maclin, and Cologne have been kind of staples there at Revolver for Red for a while. What's the future looking like for Red? Because, hey, I might not be wearing it now, but I do have a red shirt.
Oh, that's awesome. I don't even have it. Or I think my red shirt got ruined by Kelly, but I think she took it with her actually. Yeah, I think unfortunately red is dead.
Red is dead.
Red is dead, unfortunately. It fell like you could just over the last couple months, it was pillar after pillar that fell until it was literally just me and Macklin laying in the rain after we both got kicked in the nuts by Kelly.
Yeah.
And that, I mean, me and Macklin are still tight. I still like got that guy's back, and I'd like to think that he has mine. But in terms of red, uh, yeah, it's pretty much dead.
That is a bummer because I did enjoy you guys as
Yeah, I
much
enjoyed
as
it too, man. It was
oh man,
fun,
fun times.
and it was worth it. It was worth it for me.
Hey, and you know what? That just you still got you and Macklin there, so I mean,
Yeah,
Red might not be completely dead per se.
maybe a little bit of a rebuild. You know.
Maybe a little bit of a rebuild. We'll find out. But so that wow, okay. So what is next for you for, I mean, Red might have a little bit of a rebuild, but as far as, the pro wrestling world, what's next for you?
What's next for Dick Meyers is I think toning into my skills of being a solo wrestler. For the
Yeah,
majority of my career, I've either been in a tag team of trios or I've just been pledging on the outside of the ring. And I think that I've met a lot of good wrestlers and good mentors through my short career so far. So I got to take everything that I know and then try to apply it. And I mean, I've been doing the scrambles at Revolver now for the last couple months. I actually beat Rohit at the last Dayton show during the
I was
scramble.
gonna say,
It
yeah.
wasn't a scramble; it was a Revolver eliminator.
Ah, yeah.
So I just think I need to start building more off that, get more singles wins, and then eventually lock in on a title, whether that's
Hey,
the remixed or the world title, and then gun
yeah.
after it, just like I did the tag team.
Hey, you know what? Hey, maybe go after one and then go after the other. Be you know, Revolver Glam. Yeah, wow. Grand Slam champion. Words are hard. Go after them all.
I would love to.
All
I
right.
think I'd be chasing Ace Austin there, my trainer, if I won after all of them.
Yeah. I mean, Ace is doing great.
Yeah,
Huge fan of his. All
yeah,
right.
me as well.
Oh yeah. All right. So I got two categories here. One's a bit of a name game where I name off some people. You give me some quick thoughts on them. Each of these people, I try to theme it towards a guess as much as possible. So each of these people have gone through and are pretty much staples of Revolver.
I'm ready.
First, and you know what? A couple of these guys have actually been on the show.
Let's
All
hear
right.
'em.
First one, I got a lot of respect for this guy. Jake Christ.
I love Jake Chris. Jake Chris is like that guy eats, breathes, sleeps pro wrestling.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
You could judge a man by his passion, and Jake Chris has a lot of passion. He wears his heart on his sleeve. I'm a
Oh,
big Jake Chris fan.
oh, same here. He actually, I mean, at Revolver was a part of the first ever death match that I ever got to see in person.
You remember who he was wrestling?
Joel Bateman.
Oh wow, I gotta go and rewatch that.
And I, the the stuff with the match that still sticks with me to this day. It was right after a multi-person Monsters Ball. So they still had all the crap all around the ring. Jake just rolls in and is like, basically, fuck this, leave it, let's go. And then it ended when they took like 4 folding chairs, bridged 2 panes of glass on there, and then Bobby Olson rolls in, takes out a thing of lighter fluid, and they light the glass on fire.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, he's very passionate. He's very passionate. He wears his heart on his
Oh
sleeve.
yeah.
Yeah, he's willing to do anything out there.
Oh yeah. And I already was a huge fan of his, but I went I went through a bit of a, we'll just say, a family tragedy. I've gone over it on the show a bunch. But there was a while where I didn't really leave the house. And one of the first wrestling events that I went back to after was actually Revolver. And he was there that night and took the time after the show to talk with me. And we talked about the family tragedy and just stuff in general. I'm like, dude, I already had loads of respect for him before that, even more after.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Yeah, Jake's a hell of a guy. That's
Oh,
awesome.
most definitely. Next up, part of the Rascals, Trey Miguel.
Trey McGill, talented, very very talented. Smooth.
Yeah.
I think he's one of the smoothest wrestlers that, like, at least at Revolver, probably in the world. I
Oh
think he's
yeah.
very smooth, and they say that, like, slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Like, it's not about how fast you're doing it, it's about how smooth, because smoothness just comes across way better, like, in person and on TV. So, and
Oh
I
yeah.
try to, like, replicate that.
Oh yeah. And I
So
mean,
that's why I would say smooth. He's very smooth.
oh yeah, no, definitely. The stuff that he's able to pull off, yes, very smooth. And
Yeah.
he just makes it look so easy.
Yeah, he flows like water.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Next up, 2 of your, I guess, former stablemates. 2 guys that would definitely be great ones to sit under the luring tree of, and you've done it. First one, Maclin.
Maclin. Man, Maclin's just. I mean, if I was out there, like, in war, and I had to have someone in my freaking hole with me, I'm choosing Macklin over anybody.
Oh, anybody, yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, Macklin is like one. If I was in a bar fight against 12 dudes and I can only pick one guy to have my back, it'd be Macklin.
Oh, Maclin, yep. I would have to agree. He is definitely that front toward the enemy thing.
Yeah,
Yep. Oh, yeah.
very tense, very in your face. Yeah, but yeah,
Yeah, no, I get you. Yeah, he is definitely a guy you want having your back for sure.
absolutely, absolutely.
Next up, last but not least, the Blood Fighter, Alex Colon.
Violent.
He
Um,
definitely can be. Yeah.
Violent, and I'd say hard to understand.
He could be that.
Yeah, I think he's hard to understand. That's what
But
I would
when
say about
but when you,
both.
like, if you take the time, you can do it.
Yeah,
Because
I'm speaking more as like a wrestler to wrestler.
yeah, no,
Yeah,
I can see that. I can see that. Because my thing that I saw, especially when it comes to y'all in red. When I saw him in some of the matches that I saw involving red, I'm like, he just looked like he was having fun. He just looked like he was having a ton of fun. I think we might be on my pause. Okay.
We're all good.
We had to pause there for a bit. You remember the promo, right?
Yeah, I remember the promo that.
Oh, here we go. I'm gonna. All right. Technical difficulties. That shit happens. So we're talking about the promo you were remembering from with Alex.
Yeah, it was right after he won the titles, and I mean, I was on cloud nine after winning the titles. I mean, it was my first title,
Yeah.
and I mean, I we won them for me kicking Casey in the dick and hitting him with the small package, rolling him up. I mean, it was sweet on both ends. I mean, it couldn't have been better.
Yeah.
And I just remember being backstage and like Alex is like, put this on. I'm like, what the hell is this? And like he just pulled like two Burger King crowns out of his like literally out of his ass. And he's like, put this on. I'm like, okay. I put it on and we cut like it was the most like random, like I mean, I love it, but it was just like the most random promo. None of it made sense. None of it made sense. That's
That,
probably my favorite memory with them.
oh, shit. You gotta love spotty internet connections. That shit happens. All right, so we are on to my random questions. Some wrestling related. Actually, I think most of them are. I never really know until I'm putting my notes together. So I
Sure.
give you the question, first answer that pops in your head. First one, and I think we might have discussed a few of these already. Craziest in match moment for you?
Oh man. Um, I probably have to. It's probably like I don't know. Probably like a no. I'd probably say the beer garden death match. It was towards the beginning of the match. Akira stabbed me in the head with a fork, and it like hurt bad. And I rolled over, and I've like I'm like the dude from Dodgeball. Like nobody makes me bleed my own blood. And I just
Yeah.
remember being on my hands and knees, and I feel like something warm on my forehead, and I like look up, and I just see a steady stream of blood like pouring out of my head onto the
Oh,
onto the concrete,
oh
and my
no.
heart sunk, dude. I like my heart sunk, and like at that moment I think Akira grabbed my ankle. I think I was underneath the ring, like half underneath the ring, and
I think I
I felt
remember
him.
moment.
Yeah, my heart drops, and then I feel him grab my ankle, and he pulls me out and just starts beating the hell out of me as like I've it was like a flight or fight response, like what my body was going through. It was insane. I've never bled that much. I would never bleed that much again.
Yeah, that would definitely fit. I mean, Revolver shows in general just have their fair share of crazy moments. I mean, I'm
Yeah,
hoping
yeah,
I'm
every
hoping to
show.
go back to Cage of Horrors this year, but last year when you
Yeah.
have the split up second gear crew going against each other, and there's the scaffold, and then there's
Oh
fire
my
used about two or three different times.
God.
But yeah, that match right there was crazy. Just the whole thing. Oh, shit.
I just remember that I think it was Manders that got thrown off the top of the scaffold through a door on the entrance.
I
Yeah,
think, yeah,
no, insane. Went two during the
yeah,
season finale when
ye-
and this is and I was giving Brent Oakley the work. I was giving him the business, and I decided to whip out these handcuffs. And I thought these were like, I don't know, like military, like police grade handcuffs. And I handcuffed him onto the ring post, and I grabbed a kendo stick, and I started going to town like he's a pinata, you know.
yeah.
And I just remember I turned around, and I turned back to like hit him again, and
And
he's looking at me with like the handcuffs just
like brass
broken
knuckles, yeah.
off, and I'm like, oh fuck! Stick out of my hand and just started beating me with it. And dude, he was hitting me like I was curled up like a ball, and he was hitting me with the kendo stick like on my shin. My shit was inflated like a balloon for like 2 months after that.
Yeah, I can see. I've seen the
I remember
aftermath.
during that match, I got cut open bad on my leg, and the ref like duct taped my leg like during the match.
Oh,
And after the match, it had scabbed underneath the duct
oh
tape.
no. Oh, scabbed underneath
And
it. Oh,
back and I rip off the duct tape and it like reopens the cut on my leg. Yeah.
oh.
It was like tough taking showers for like a month after that.
Yeah, I can understand. I mean, you know what?
It was just yeah, man. Those are two that stick out to me though.
Mm. But you know what? Kind of fitting that we talk about a moment like that where, duct taping the leg, the wound, when, as of recording, we are not too far off of the unfortunate news of the death of Sabu. And one of the crazy moments from him in the no rope barbed wire match with Terry Funk, where he literally tapes hit the gash in his arm shut. That reminded
Yeah.
me of that right there.
Rest in peace.
Oh, most definitely. Now, with between Alpha Sigma Sigma and Red, out of the people in those groups, who could drink the most? And I know Ricky Shane Page doesn't, so we'll just count like he doesn't count, at least for this question.
Man, I'm gonna have to say either probably me or Brent Oakley. Kano or KC was always more of like a smoker, not too much a drinker. But I'm in like a fantasy football league with
Yeah.
both of them. And whenever the draft night is around, we all
Oh,
get inebriated, and I get far more inebriated than both of those guys. So I'd probably go me.
oh
Yeah, no,
yeah.
those guys can't hang with me. Hell no. When it comes to drinking or wrestling, hell no. They're definitely
Oh god.
closer to me in wrestling than they are drinking.
Oh man. I've oh god, now I'm remembering some moments where okay, my youngest sister's wedding. The last thing I remember was getting ready to leave, and somebody asked me, "Hey, you good to drive?" And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I'm fine." Next thing after that, I remember was waking up completely changed in my parents' basement. And I'm like, I had one of those dude, where's my car moments? And I'm like, oh shit, where's my car? I go and it's parked perfectly along the curb. And I just remember, like, oh, okay, I'm good. I don't remember how I got there.
Did you ever find out?
Mm, I found out I drove. I don't remember.
Oh wow. Yeah. I mean,
And I've actually only had one other moment like that. Surprisingly.
I've definitely had some moments like that, but I'm not usually the DD. You know, my friends usually know better than make me the DD.
So more often than not, I'm not either.
Yeah. It was just an unlucky night.
My although the next wedding my wife and I go to, she wants to make me the DD because apparently at the last one I got completely hammered, and on the way home I did not stop talking the entire time, and she will not let me live that
How
down.
long of a car ride?
So God,
How long of a car ride was it?
it was at least an hour. I told her, hey, I figured you knew I'm a talkative drunk.
Yeah, I mean, you could be a lot worse things while drunk than talkative drunk.
So yeah, I'm just the talkative one. That's it.
Everyone got their pros and cons.
Yeah, that would probably be one of mine. Besides the podcast, outside of that, I'm not very talkative, except when I'm drunk.
Yeah. I mean, I'm probably the same way, actually. Yeah. Outside wrestling.
I get you there. Now, with some of the matches that your friends in red have had you in, plenty of weapons being involved. What is a weapon you would like to avoid being used on you in a match if
Hmm.
you had the choice?
Oh, probably. I probably would say barbed wire, but
Yeah.
another like a close second would probably be like skewers or thumbtacks.
Yeah, those can be tricky. Skewers definitely because like especially if they're like shorter ones, you might get lucky and you'll pull the whole thing out, but you break off the wrong piece and it's like getting embedded in there
Yeah.
and shit.
I remember Atticus Cougar freaking put like 30 skewers in my head. That was I think it was the
Oh,
first match after I had joined Red.
oh yeah, yeah. He did pop up there.
And then after the match, I think yeah we did win that match. I had rolled up KC just a regular roll up, and after the match, Cologne walked over towards me, grabbed them, and yanked them out. And if you rewatch it, like you can just hear me scream bloody murder whenever he yanks the skewers out of my head.
I can imagine.
That was definitely the worst part is when he yanked them out.
Oh God, yeah.
But
I
when I
can.
was like laying there, I could like every like slight movement of my head, I could feel the
You
skewers
feel
just
them
sway one way.
flim, flim.
Yeah, and it was like the most uncomfortable thing ever.
Oh, I can imagine. I mean, another guy that he's been popping up at Revolver every now and then, Moxley. When the infamous nail board spot on Dynamite,
Oh my
I
gosh.
would I that happened right in front of me. I was third row, right by the
You were
entrance.
there.
I was there.
I'm queasing right now just thinking about that. That was like, man,
Yeah,
that's just one of the moments in pro wrestling, man. I mean, you never forget.
my clip that I recorded as they were trying to pull that out of his back, it got up to like 10,000 views in like 12 hours.
Yeah, it took them a while too to get it out of his back.
Dude, and it was like you could see the skin
Yeah.
just pulling away from him.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man, it was nuts.
Yeah, try topping that. I can't.
Yeah, oh, God, I don't know if I would want to.
Yeah, I don't know who would.
Oh God. All right. Next up with the name of a show I feel like I have to ask this question. Favorite drink alcoholic or otherwise. But I figured, you know what, hell, one of each if you want.
Bud Light Platinum.
Okay, good choice.
Love me some Bud Light Platinums.
That
It's probably my favorite drink in the world.
me m- most of the time I'm actually drinking Dr. Peppers. I'm a Dr. Pepper fiend, but I mean I've been finishing off my last of my pack of Coors Banquets. I love these.
Yeah.
I love these damn things.
So is my dad.
That and I wish they sold this closer to me, but Stone Cold's Broken Skull American Lager.
I've actually never tried it.
Dude, it's delicious.
What would you rate it out of 10?
A solid 9, if not 10.
Wow. I definitely got to try it now.
Oh yeah, it's freaking delicious. All right,
Solid
last.
10.
Oh, it's good, but the closest they sell it to me is Kansas City, and that's like 2.5 hours.
Where are you located?
Omaha, Nebraska.
Omaha, Nebraska. I've never been to Nebraska yet. Haven't been to Nebraska.
Oh hell, we need to get you out here.
Yeah, absolutely. Trying to go.
Hey, we'll try to make that happen. But last but not least, here, best advice you have for anybody wanting to get into wrestling.
Figure out if you actually want to get into wrestling.
Yeah.
Like I just, um, it's like there's no reason to go into a business like pro wrestling unless you're gonna give it your all.
Yeah.
Because you like, unless you make it to the top, the money's not that great. I mean, you wake up sore every day. You miss like a lot of important family events, and yeah, I mean, you travel a lot, and it's like, I mean, it's not. I want to do it, so it's like I don't mind. I actually
Yeah.
enjoy it. But yeah, no, there is some people that I kind of look at, and it's like they're suffering for what? Like they don't enjoy it. So make sure you actually want to be a pro wrestler, and what all that encompasses.
Yeah. No,
And then
most.
if you do, then give it your all. Go to a reputable training school and keep going to a training school.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's not like it was back when I was growing up, where like reputable training schools were like, you might be traveling across the country. Now it's like,
Yeah,
no matter what part of the country you're in, there's a reputable training school, at least in your general area.
absolutely. Yeah, I got lucky because Dayton's kind of like a hotbed for professional wrestling, so I got really lucky with that. But I mean, it's same deal in like Columbus and Cleveland. I know that there's good schools over there as well. So
There too,
yeah.
yeah.
But that's my number one advice. Make sure you actually want to do it.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's definitely one of those things that, much like when I would have people ask me about enlisting when I got back from the Navy, and they'd ask, what's your best advice? And I would tell them, make sure it's what you want to do.
Yeah,
Because much like with pro wrestling, you're going to miss family moments. You're especially right off the jump from like basic training, you're going to run into moments where you're like, what the fuck am I doing? But if you can remember why you wanted to
yeah,
do it and that you really wanted to, hey, you're going to be fine.
exactly. No, I absolutely agree 100%.
All right. Well, before we go, where can people find you social media wise? So if they don't already have their eyes on you, they can go ahead and get them there.
Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook at the Dick Meyers. No spaces, no caps.
All right. We'll get all of that in the description. I want to thank you for taking the time to talk to me tonight. It's been an absolute pleasure, an absolute blast. I look forward to what you got coming up in the future, I will definitely be paying attention.
Thanks for having me, man. Let's do it again sometime.
Oh, definitely. You're welcome back anytime. And now my issue with the
That's
fucking
awesome.
issue with the